ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। ओम नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जयो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम रामा हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम रामा हरे हरे। Welcome, devotees, Prabhuji and Mataji. Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna to all of you. So we shall be continuing with Hiranyakaship's Kashyap story and avatar of Narsimha, Lord Narsimha, who was half lion, half man, human form, and he killed Hiranyakashipu, keeping the promise of or the blessings or benedictions of Lord Brahma that he will not be killed in day and night, he will not be killed outside or inside, he will not be killed by man or animal, he will not be killed by hands or weapon. So all these promises or benedictions were honored by uh, Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna, and he was ultimately killed. Though the child who was the child Prahlad, who had suffered so much at the hand of his father, still begged mercy for his father and sought forgiveness for his misdeeds. But Lord is very kind to his devotees. He always protects his devotees. So Lord Narsimha is the protector of devotees, basically. So whenever we are in difficulty or whenever we have problems, we must always remember Narsimha Bhagwan, and he will also always help us. And yesterday I mentioned that Narsimha Kavach is something which must be read daily, or we must almost retain with ourselves. So is my screen visible here, Mataji Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Prabhuji. So this is where we saw that all the demigods prayed to Prahlad Maharaj, not to Lord Narsimha, that please pacify the Narsimha avatar, because we are also scared or frightened to go before him. So now Prahlad Maharaj prays, and he puts, Narsimha Bhagwan puts his hand out of mercy on the head of Prahlad Maharaj, and all the demigods are present, Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all Yaksha, Gandharva, everybody has come to see the darshan of Lord Narsimha Bhagwan. Yes, so please, today we will have 3 slides each person, and please, because there is not much to be explained, so it is all self-explanatory. I'll skip explanation wherever required, I shall do, but please raise your hand and continue. Yes, my screen is visible, Mataji Prabhuji. Please raise your digital hand. Yes, Pushpa Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Please speak.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dhanyavad. Pushpa Mataji.
May I continue?
Yeah, Pushpa Mataji, first you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. When Lord Narasimha Deva saw the small boy Prahlad Maharaj prostrated at the sole of his lotus feet, he became most ecstatic in affection towards his devotee. Raising Prahlad, the Lord placed his lotus hand upon the boy's head, because his hand is always ready to create fearlessness in all of his devotees. By the touch of Lord Narasimhadev hand on Prahlad Maharaj's head, Prahlad was completely freed of all material contaminations and desires, as if he had been thoroughly cleansed. Therefore, he at once became transcendently situated, and all the symptoms of ecstasy become manifest in his body. His heart filled with love and his eyes with tears, and thus he was able to completely capture the lotus feet of the Lord within the core of his heart. Prahlad Maharaj fixed fixed his mind and spirit upon the Lord Narsimha with full attention in complete trance. With a fixed mind, he began to offer prayers in love with a flattering voice.
All requests. Yes, Mataji. So this is beautiful. You see, just we are not able to attain even the bhava stage of bhakti, but Prahlad Maharaj had the darshan of Lord Vishnu himself. And when Vishnu touched his head, kind of, transformation that took place in the body of. He was in a state of ecstasy. There was heart was filled of love, and the eyes were rolling. The tears were rolling down his eyes, and he was able to catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord uh, uh, Lord Narsimha. So this is what the divine touch made in him. Yes, please continue, Pushpa Mataji now.
Prahlad Maharaj prayed, how it is possible for me, who have been born in a family of asuras, to offer suitable prayers to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even until now, all the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma and all the saintly person, could not satisfy the Lord by any of any word, although such persons are very qualified. Because the mode of their work is to be said, I am not at all qualified.
So this is a great fortune. Even the Lord Shiva and Brahma had not this fortune, which was granted by Lord Narsimha to his devotee, because he was a pure devotee. And the touch made him transcendental. He lost all material desires. His existence, both internal and external, was sanctified but purified by mere touch and darshan and touch of Lord Narsimha. So this is what happens when we are in a stage of ecstasy or in this stage. Our acharyas like Srila Prabhupada and Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and of course Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were in a state of ecstasy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went to darshan of Jagannath Puri, he went to Puri to have the darshan of Jagannath. He was in a state of ecstasy. He felt unconscious and remained unconscious for a couple of days because he was so overjoyed and so much, emotionally influenced or moved by darshan of Lord Jagannath that he became unconscious. He remained so in a trance state. He remained for many times. So this is the effect of Lord's darshan. And here, even those Brahma and Shiva could not enjoy that bliss. Now Prahlad is enjoying. Yes, Mataji. Prahlad Maharaj says. Please continue.
Prahlad Maharaj continued, one may possess wealth and aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, luster, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, and mystic yogic power. But I think that even by all these qualifications, one cannot satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, one can satisfy the Lord simply by devotional service. Gajendra did this, and thus the Lord was satisfied with him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So we can see the qualities which are mentioned here by Prahlad Maharaj, they are all material qualities. What wealth we have, what beauty we have, what knowledge we have, education we have, what kind of graceful behavior and influence over the world or material world we have, or physical strength, whatever intelligence. These are just yogic powers. They are just material qualification. God is not moved by these qualifications. God is influenced by pure bhakti. He wants our pure devotional service only. And in Bhagavad Gita, at number of places, Lord has said this thing, that Ananya Cheta Satatam Yoma Smriti Nitashaya. Again, he says that Mam Upeti Punarjanma Dukhale Ashashvatam. That is, whoever is worshipping me, he is dear to me, he is close to me, and he attains my nature. So, and because pure devotional service is what Lord wants. Yes, Chanda Mataji, please take up now. 3 slides, would you?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
If a Brahmana has all 12 of the Brahminical qualification as they are stated in the book called uh, Santa
Sanat Sujata.
Sujata, but is not a devotee and is averse to the lotus feet of the Lord. He is certainly lower than a devotee who is a dog eater, but who has dedicated everything mind, words, activities, wealth, and life to the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee is better than such a Brahmana because the devotee can purify his whole family, whereas the so-called Brahmana in a position of false prestige cannot purify even himself.
So this is mentioned in Sanat Sujata, that what are the qualities of a Brahmana. Brahmanic qualities are basically peacefulness, austerity, self-control, honesty, tolerance, non-violence, wisdom, knowledge, intelligence. All these are Brahmanical qualities which they are being mentioned. So, but one may possess all these qualities. What is, if he is not a devotee, that means he is not a right person or right elevated soul rather. So one, only devotion makes one a elevated soul. So even if a dog eater possess these quality, he is definitely to be condemned. But if a dog eater enters into pure devotional service of Lord Krishna, then he becomes purified. And as I told yesterday about the definition of bhakti, bhakti is basically involvement, engagement of all our six senses into the devotional service of Lord. So, and there is another thing which is mentioned in Nectar of Devotion, that is, what is bhakti? It is gyan karmadi anavratam. There is no knowledge required. There is no, yoga is required, and there is no and activities of any kind. Whatever we do, activities which are favorable to Krishna, and there is no other desire. Anya avlasha sunyam gyan karmadi anavratam. Anukulenyo Krishna bhaktir uttama. Anushilana Bhaktir Uttama. Whatever Krishna is favorable to Krishna, if we do those activities without any desire for material, without any desire for anything else, uncovered by knowledge and jnana and karma, that is pure devotional service. So this kind of purity of devotion is required if we want to be blessed by Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes, Mataji, please continue.
The Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is always fully satisfied in himself. Therefore, when something is offered to him, the offering by the Lord's mercy is for the benefit of the devotee, for the Lord does not need service from anyone. To give an example, if one's face is decorated, the reflection of one's face in a mirror is also seen to be decorated.
So, in fact, Lord does not need our service. This is the message here. But out of our gratitude to Supreme Personality of Godhead, we have to render, a pure devotional service. And pure devotional service, through pure devotional service only, we can know Him. We can return back home, back to Godhead, because that is our real home. This is a world of miseries, ocean of miseries only, this material world. Our real nature is soul and super soul, our real identity. We always say, my name is this is my hand, this is, but who are you basically? That is to be answered. We are really soul, we are not body only. These are just material appendages which we try to identify ourselves with. So that is, and analogy is given here. If you decorate yourself and look at the mirror, you look decorated. So what devotional service is being done is not for Lord Himself, but we are doing for our own elevation, or attaining Supreme Personality's mercy and uh, benediction. Yes, Mataji, next one.
Therefore, although I was born in a
Demoniac family.
demoniac family, I may without a doubt offer prayers to the Lord with full endure. As far as my intelligence allows, anyone who has been forced by ignorance to enter the material world may be purified of material life if he offers prayer to the Lord and hears the Lord's glories.
Thank you, Mataji. So you can see that this is what Prahlad Maharaj was doing with his co-fellows or co-students in the Gurukul. He was teaching them the glory of Lord and asking them to leave material mode of life and attain or adopt a spiritual mode of life. So now we know Hiranyakashipu was born of Aditi and Rishi Kashyap because he was from the demonic descendants. But he took to Krishna consciousness, and that is how he got so much elevated. Yes, one more slide, Mataji.
My Lord Narsimha, please therefore cease your anger now that my father, the great demon Hiranyakashipu, has been killed, since even saintly person take pleasure in the killing of a scorpio or a snake. All the worlds have achieved great satisfaction because of the death of this demon. Now they are uh, confident of their happiness, and they will always remember your auspicious incarnation in order to be free from fear.
So we just remember we remember that all of us remember that during his rule he was a terror king, and everybody was scared of him, frightened because of his demonic activities and character. Yes, next, Pankaj Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
O most powerful, insurmountable Lord, who are kind to be fallen soul, I have been put into association of demons as a result of my activity, and therefore I am very much afraid of my condition of life within within this material world. When will that moment come when you will call me to the shelter of your lotus feet, which are ultimate goal of liberation from the conditional life?
So, even being such elevated soul, such a spiritual knowledge, advanced spiritual knowledge about material life and spiritual life, Prahlad Maharaj is still praying to Lord, please give me, when that time will come when I will attain your lotus feet and get liberated from this conditional life. Our life is conditioned. What we mean by conditioned life? Anyone?
Bound,
Yes, Mataji.
bound,
Bound.
bound.
Yes, condition bound by what, Mataji?
Mm.
Materialistic life.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. So our soul is bound by the rope of three modes of material nature. We want to do something, but these modes are so prominent and dominant in our nature, in our living entity's body, that they do not permit the spiritual mode of life to take upper hand. So we have to cut down these three modes of material nature and elevate ourselves from ignorance to passion, from passion to goodness, and from goodness to Vishuddha Tattva or Vishnu Tattva. That is, we have to rise above the mode of goodness. So merely because mode of goodness is also not good. When we come to three modes of material nature in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that if somebody is doing very pious activities, then there are still his soul is bound by karmic activity. The karmas still bind him. Why they bind him? Because he thinks that I possess lot of knowledge. Number one. Secondly, he is happy. This happiness is again a binding factor because we are considering that I have done this activity or pious activity. And third factor which is binding is the satisfaction that you derive. So these are binding factors. They are like rope which bind our soul, even in a mode of goodness. So this is what Lord Krishna says, rise above those. And Prahlad Maharaj is so wise here. He's telling that though I am by your touch, mere touch, I have been the materialistic concept of life has completely eliminated in me. And now, when this opportunity will come that I shall be worshipping your lotus feet and be with you or get liberated from this material life. So the conditional life means we have a conditioned soul. The soul has been conditioned by three modes of material nature, and these mode of material nature make us do activities which are either akarma or karma or vikarma. Akarma means something which activities which do not bind us and which are offered to the Lord. Karma means activities which bind us, fruitive activities by performance of which we consider some kind of benefit and advantage. And third is vikarma. Vikarma means we heard Bhagavad Gita level 1, I think you should be remembering three types of karma we do. And the vikarma are those activities which are performed in contravention to the scriptural injunctions. That means against the scriptures. So even the akarma should become a neutral kind of activity. But akarma out of the three types is the best. So this is how we can become liberated from the conditioning of our life. You will call me to the shelter for lotus feet, which are the ultimate goal for liberation from conditioned life. So this is, yes, Pankaj Prabhuji.
O great one, a supreme Lord, because of combination with the pleasing and displeasing, the circumstances, and the because of separation of from them, one is the place in the most regrettable position within the heavenly or hellish planet. And if the burning in the fire of lamentation, although there are many remedies by which to get out from the miserable life, and such remedies in the material world are most miserable than the miseries themselves. Therefore, I think that only remedies is to engage your service. Kindly instruct me in the such service.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, as in being conditioned life, we are always having situations like opposite situations like happiness and grief. Sometimes there is gain or sometimes there is loss. Sometimes there is fame. Sometimes there is blasphemy. So, we have contrasting situations are there. We are always tossing around between two such situations which are opposing in nature. So we are sometimes very happy, we are sometimes very sorrowful also. So how can we want there are multiple type of, solutions to it. One may become impersonalistic, Mayavadistic, for example. Now, Mayavadis are just focusing on Brahmajyoti. They want to merge into it. They do not know any kind of rasa or mellow or relationship with God. They just want to finish up there because they do not have the Bhagwan concept of God realization. The second comes the yogis. Ashtang yogi. They do lot of rigorous exercises, control their senses and mind, do take up many kind of austerities, but they are also ultimately do not achieve. Though this is a path to God realization, but ultimately their realization is also incomplete. Third is karma yogis. Now, karma yogi, I mentioned that there is vikarma, there is karma, and there is akarma. So even akarma is not good. The activities performed in mode of goodness, they are also binding. So only thing which is not binding is the bhakti mark or the devotional service. This is Prahlad Maharaj is emphasizing in this prayer. Therefore, I think that the only remedy is to engage in a loving devotional service. Kindly instruct me in such service. Yes, Prabhuji, one more.
My Lord Narsimha Deva, O Supremo, because of bodily conception of life, imbued souls neglected and not carried by you, you cannot do anything for their betterment. Whatever remedies they accept, although perhaps temporarily beneficial, are certainly For example, a father and mother cannot protect their child. A physician and the medicine cannot relieve a suffering patient. And a, and a boat on the ocean cannot protect the drowning man.
So, O Supreme Lord, because of a bodily conception of life, embodied souls neglected and not cared for you uh, for you by you cannot do anything for their betterment. Whatever remedies they accept, although perhaps temporarily beneficial, are certainly impermanent. Now we know all these things, that we are living in bodily concept of life. That is material conception of life. We are hardly thinking of ourselves as a spiritual entity. We are part and parcel of Lord, and our relationship of Lord, that we have forgotten. So whatever we are material, and whatever material solution we seek, that will also not be sufficient. So what real solution is? To do devotional service to Lord Krishna and be in his fold or under his guidance and care and protection, like Prahlad Maharaj here. Yes, Shashmita Mataji, you raised your hand.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
My
Krishna.
dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity, and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities, from Lord Brahma down to the ant. As a powerful time, you destroy them all. Therefore, because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. My dear Lord, I request you to place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant.
Thank you, Mataji. So there are a couple of very important points here in this prayer. My dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity, and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities, from Lord Brahma down to the smallest ant. Now, Lord Brahma, we know, has got a life, right? He is a living entity, and he has a lifespan. So, and the ant was also as a life, and all these are, involved in material activities. Now, Lord, one of the 5 important themes that have been discussed in Bhagavad Gita, time is one. Kal aho, Kal ho asmi. Lord Krishna says, I am the time. And the time does not stop. It keeps on moving. And with time, everything is annihilated. Aho Kal asmi. This is what Lord Krishna said. And with time, everything gets destroyed. And when time comes, when Lord Brahma gets up, the creation is created again, So this is, he is Prahlad, even as a child, he knew that Lord, right from the Lord Brahma to the smallest ant, they are all in the material mode of life, and they seek material pleasures in performing material activities. But you are the time. I know this thing well, and the time kills everything or annihilates everything. So I do not wish to possess it. So he is denying that I do not want to be in this material mode of life. Please associate. Now, this another point, important key point here is association of pure devotees. So he is not asking immediately that, please take me under your lotus feet. He is asking that, place me in touch with your pure devotees and let me serve him as a servant. Lord Krishna has said that I do not love my devotees, but I love devotees who serve my devotees. Right? So that is why the disciplic succession, I think everybody will remember that the Bhagavad Gita has come through disciplic succession, and in Gaudiya Sampradaya, Brahma Madhav Gaudiya Sampradaya, disciplic succession is respected and honored like anything. The spiritual master is a messenger of Krishna, and through him we are getting this knowledge. So we have to acknowledge as it is, as given by Lord Krishna to Sun God or the Vivaswan Maharaj. So this is how it has come passed on successively through spiritual master to spiritual master. So, and we seek association of pure devotees, all our anarthas go out. And in fact, if you remember the 7 steps of bhakti, 7 steps of bhakti. We mentioned that the first thing is Shraddha and then second is Sadhu Sangha. And then Sadhu Sangha is there. So my request to all of you is, if you are around around you, if there is any temple, ISKCON temple, please get in touch with the pure devotees who are serving the temple and deity there, and be in their company so that we elevate ourselves and we learn the real process of bhakti. So that is very important here, that please get me in touch with your pure devotees and let me serve him as a sincere servant. Dasanu Das, we have to be servant of the servant of the servant. Then only we can elevate ourselves spiritually. Yes, Mataji, second paragraph, second verse.
My dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly.
Oh, sorry, you have read it, this one. Yes, sorry, this one.
O my Lord, O Supreme, because I was born in a family full of hellish material qualities of passion and ignorance, what is my position? And what is it to be said of your causeless mercy, which was never offered even to Lord Brahma? Okay.
Yes.
Lord Shiva, or the goddesses of fortune, Lakshmi, you never put your lotus hand upon their heads, but you have put it upon mine.
Oh, so there is nothing to explain. What Lord Prahlad got by the darshan of Narsimha Avatar himself, before himself, and he is praying at the lotus feet of Narsimha Bhagwan, and Lord was kind enough to put his hand, and this mere touch made him totally spiritualized his existence, and he attained all transcendental qualities, mere touch. So this is what he is praying, and this boon benediction was not available to even Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and even Lakshmi, who is always present with Lord Vishnu. Yes, Mataji, another.
My dear God, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because of my association with the material desires, one after another, I was gradually falling into a blind well full of snakes, following the general populace. But your servant Narad Muni kindly accepted me as his disciple and instructed me how to achieve this transcendental position. Therefore, my first duty is to serve him. How could I leave his service?
Thank you. So nicely said. Here, so it needs no explanation, because he was born in a demoniac family, a family of demons. So he had, though all around surrounded by all those demonic evils, but because of Narad Muni trained in spiritual or transcendence, his mother, Kayadhu, and in his hermitage, that is how he got this knowledge. So he is already elevated soul and pious soul. And this is what he's explaining, his gratitude to Lord Narsimha Bhagwan. Yes, Riya Mataji, you would like to read? You may
Hare
read.
Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
What her name? In this way, my Lord, you appear in various incarnations as a human being, an animal, a great saint, a demigod, a fish, or a tortoise, thus maintaining the entire creation in different planetary systems and killing the demonic principles. According to the age, O my Lord, you protect the principles of religion. In the age of Kali, however, you do not assert yourself as Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore you are known as Sri or
Three Yuga.
Krishna.
Three Yuga, that means all 3 ages. Or the Lord who appears in 3 Yugas. So, thank you, Mataji. Can anybody name the various incarnations as a human being, an animal, a great saint, a demigod, a fish, or a tortoise? The names of these persons from scriptures who have appeared as avatar previously. Incarnation as in the form of human being. Anyone? Please unmute. Who was incarnation as in the form of human being?
Rama.
Yes, very nice.
As a human,
Yes.
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Parsuram,
Parashram,
Parshuram.
yes, Prabhuji, Parashram. Also, Lord Buddha,
Lord Buddha,
Buddha,
he was
Chaitanya
also
Mahaprabhu.
as an animal.
as a
Kurma,
Kurma,
Kurma
yes,
avatar.
Kurma Avatar,
Fish, Matsya Avatar.
yes, avatar.
Matsya Avatar.
So fish and tortoise already given here, and is a demigod. I'd rather as a saint.
Lord Chaitanya,
Out of the
Yes.
Dashavatara, Prabhuji, great saint,
Mm.
Vaman avatar.
Vaman,
Vamana Avatar.
Vaman avatar was a great saint. A demigod, in fact, demigod, Brahmaji and Shiva, they are also incarnations or expansion of Lord Krishna, right? So thus maintaining entire creation, why these avatars? They had a purpose to appear. Each avatar, so far we have heard about 3 avatars, and they had a purpose. Somebody came to rescue earth, somebody came to rescue his devotee, or, this is how every avatar has come. And these avatars came to kill the demons, basically, so that the populace, the general person, they could live in peace and prosperity, and the rule of dharma could be established. So this is what is mentioned here. And Lord has appeared in all 3 yugas, as Ram, as a Krishna, and Kalki avatar is yet to come. We have heard this in Satyuga, there are 3 avatars were there. Satyuga, first avatar was in the form of Matsya, second was Kurma, and third was as Varaha. So these were Satyuga avatar. Treta, Parashram, in fact, basically is present in both Treta as well as in Dwapar. He is one of the Chiranjeevi 8. There are 8 Chiranjeevi avatars, out of which Parashram is one, who is presented. You will remember Parashram came when there was, the marriage ceremony of the Dhanush was being broken, that Parashram appeared there. And Parashram trained basically Bhishma Pitamaha and Dronacharya also. He was in the, hermitage of Sandipani Guru. He was with Krishna, and he sought, basically, Krishna sought his blessings while he was in the Sandipani Guru's ashram, while he was getting training from the Sandipani Guru. Though Krishna sought blessings from Lord Parashram, but Parashram refused. He knew that he is Supreme Personality of God, and how could he, go bless him? So that is, Parashram is another saintly person and also a saint. So you don't just because you are always present in all the avatars, but you do not propose yourself as Supreme Personality of Godhead, but you are Tri-Yogi, or you have appeared in all the 3 yugas. Yes, Priya Mataji, second. This this is a sloka, we will skip it.
Yes.
Yes, Mataji. This meaning is given, translation is given here.
Hare Krishna. Narsimha Deva was specified by the devotee Prahalada Maharaja with prayers offered from transcendental platform. The Lord gave up his anger, and being very kind to Prahalada, who was offering prostrated obeisances, he spoke as follows.
Now, these were all the prayers from Prahlad Maharaj. Now Lord Narsimha speaks. Yes, Mataji, one word.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Prahalada, most gentle one, best of the family of the Asuras, and good fortune unto you. I am very much pleased with you. It is my pastime to fulfill the desires of all living beings, and therefore you may ask from me any benediction that you desire to be fulfilled. Hare Krishna.
So, thank you, Mataji. So, my dear Prahlad, most gentle one, best of the family of the Ashuras, all good fortune unto you. I am very much pleased with you. So Lord is pleased because he is such a learned, elevated soul, already transcendental in nature, by nature. And so when the Lord is pleased, he gives benediction. This is what Lord Narsimha ask for any benediction from me. Yes, Mataji, please continue.
My pastimes to fulfill the desires of all the living beings, the Asuras, all good fortune unto you. I am very much pleased with you. And therefore you may ask me for Narada Muni said, Prahlada Maharaja was the best person in the family of Asuras who always aspired for material happiness. Not less, although allured by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who offered him all the benedictions for material happiness, because of his unalloyed Krishna consciousness, he did not want to take any material benefit for sense gratification.
Now we already, since he was, you will remember, he was teaching his colleagues and friends in the school that material life, give up material life, because material life was demonic in nature. So now he doesn't want anything material because already spiritualized and he's transcendental to our material involvement. So he is praying that I am very much pleased with you. It is my pastime to fulfill the desires of all living beings, and therefore you may ask me any benediction that you desire to pray. Narad Muni said that he is the best person amongst the family of Suras because he is already transcendently situated and is fully established in Krishna consciousness, unalloyed devotional service. What does this word mean? Anybody would like to explain what it does mean? Unalloyed Krishna consciousness or unalloyed devotional service? We read it in level 1. What is an alloy? Yes.
Irritating means probably irritating.
Alloy. Anyone else would like to define? What is alloy normally made up of? Alloy is basically a mixture of two metals. It is used in chemistry, right? So when we talk about unalloyed, that means it is pure. It is not mixed up anything. So pure bhakti, what he is saying is mentioning here is unalloyed devotional service or unalloyed Krishna consciousness means something just exclusive devotion to Lord Krishna and no other demigod
without any alteration.
Without any mixing or mixtures. So this is called unalloyed. So Richa Mataji, you may take one more.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Yes.
Prahlad Maharaj said, My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because I was born in an atheistic family, I am naturally attached to material enjoyment. Therefore, kindly do not tempt me with these illusions. I am very much afraid of material conditions, and I desire to be liberated from materialistic life. It is for this reason that I have taken shelter of your lotus feet, O my worshipable Lord, because the seed of lusty desires, which is the root cause of material existence, is within the core of everyone's heart, you have sent me to this material world to exhibit a symptom of a pure devotee. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So it is very important here because the seed of lusty desires, which is the root cause of material existence. You will remember Ardhamulam Adha Shakham, that chapter in Bhagavad Gita, that material world is reflection in water of this spiritual world, which is inverted. The roots are facing upwards and the branches are facing downwards. When you look of we have a look of a image of a tree in a pond, then you find that the tree is looking upside down. So these roots are basically from Brahma. They are originating from, and they are this material world is cause of our desires, because of our desires. And three modes of matter in nature, they nourish this tree. So one has to get root, the cause of our existence is because we have desires. Because we had desires, that is why we took this birth and again came back to this prison or this material world for sufferings. So my worshipful Lord, because the seed of lusty desires, which is the root cause of material existence, is within the core of everyone's heart. You have sent me to this material to exhibit the symptoms of a pure devotee. Now, such a great revelation, Prahlad Maharaj is telling that our original place was Krishna Lok. Our original place was our loving Father Krishna. But because Loving father never fails to fulfill the desires of his son. So you have permitted us to come back to this material world and enjoy ourselves as per our desires, because you are so kind. So, but I do not want this material existence. I want to be with you. I want to be part and parcel of you and be in your constant devotional service. So this is Lord, Prahlad Maharaj is praying to him, that I do not want any material conditions. I do not want to live in this material world. Please guide me into how that I can associate with your pure devotees and get elevated to your care or your guidance. So yes, Mataji, one more.
Hare Krishna. Oh my Lord, I'm your unmotivated servant, and you are my eternal master. There's no need of our uh, being
Anything other.
anything other than master and servant. You are naturally my master, and I'm naturally your servant. We have no other relationship. O my Lord, best of the givers of benediction, if you at all want to bestow a desirable benediction upon me, then I pray from your Lordship that within the core of my heart there be no material desires. Hare Krishna.
So this is our basic nature. We are eternal servitor of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jivera Hue Nitya Dasa. We are eternal servant of Lord Krishna. Basically, this is our nature. And so we have to serve him. We have to accept Supreme Personality of Godhead as our master and act as servant. Devotional service is to be performed by such a person who is in this state of mind. That is what is mentioned here, that let me remain your servant. And Lord is pleased with when we serve servants of the servant of Lord. So this is the submissiveness and humility of Prahlad Maharaj. Yes, Khushbu Mataji, you may take up next one. Is the screen visible, Mataji?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes.
One who always remember your activities and my activities also, and who chant the prayer, who have offered becomes free in due course of time, free from the reaction of material activities. Prahlada Maharaja said, O Supreme Lord, because you are merciful to the fallen souls, I ask you for only one benediction. I know that at the time of death had already been purified by your gallants upon him, but because of ignorance, your beauty and supermacracy, he was unnecessarily angry, falsely saying that you were the killer of his brother. Thus, he directly blasphemed your lordship, the spiritual of living beings, and committed only sinful activities directed against me, your deeds. I wish that he be excused these sinful activities.
Thank you, Mataji. This is a very, very significant prayer from Lord Prahlad Maharaj. Each word is very, very significant. That first message is that by chanting of holy name of Lord Krishna, one becomes free from all the sinful reactions, and once becomes free from material activities, and his natural inclination becomes towards a spiritual mode of life. Secondly, you are very merciful to fallen souls. Can we name some of the fallen souls who were liberated by Lord out of his mercy?
Kansa,
Jagai Madhai.
Ravana.
Jagai Mathai, yes, Ravan, Kansa. By mere glance, they were liberated. Because we discussed, you remember, in the battlefield of all those soldiers who of the Kauravas, they
Yes.
got darshan of Krishna, so they were liberated. They got Sayuji Mukti. So by mere darshan, and I am so happy that my father, who was such a bad demon and with all kind of vices and bad, habits, he got liberation by mere your darshan. But now Prahlad Maharaj is seeking forgiveness for his father, that please forgive him because he was angry. And why was he angry? Why was Hiranyakashipu angry with Lord Vishnu?
Because he killed his
Because
brother Hiranyaksha.
Hiranyaksha, yeah, that is nice. He did lot of austerity and tapas to attain immense powers to fight with Vishnu. Even, Indra and everybody, God had run away from their heavenly abodes because of Hiranyakashipu. And Hiraksha also. So because he was angry because his brother was killed. So Prahlad Maharaj is praying, please forgive him because he thought that you had killed him. In fact, you had liberated him because he was such a big demon and that powerful also that he was creating terror in the society and terror all over the heavenly planets. And he was, such a bad soul that he directly blasphemed your lordship. This is a nam aparadh. Anybody who blasphemes the Lord or his devotee is considered to be doing nam aparadh. We should, whenever we go to temple and find pure devotees there, please do not hold them in highest esteem because they have given up their life, they have dedicated all their life in the devotion of Lord. So they are as worshipable as Lord himself. So, but this Hiranyaksh, had had enmity with or was envious of Lord Vishnu. So he is seeking forgiveness for his brother and of his father's anger that he showed towards you. And director, your devotee, I wish that to be excused for his sinful activity. So he is seeking forgiveness for his father from Narsimha Bhagwan. Yes, Mataji. Next one, Kushbu Mataji.
The Supreme Personality of Lord had said, My dear Prahlada, O most pure, O great Santali person, your father has been purified along with 21 forefathers in your family because you were born in this family. The entire dynasty is purified whenever there are peaceful, equipoised devotees devotees who are well behaved and decorated with all good qualities. That place and the dynasty is there even if condemned are purified.
So this is the Mahima. If Lord kills one, then 11 generations prior to the person who was killed get purified. They get liberated. This is the message here. So Hiranyakashipu, 21 generations before him, 20 generations before him, because 21st was Hiranyakashipu himself, they got liberation because Hiranyakashipu was killed by Lord Krishna himself. So, and it is said that if a lady is, doing worship, then 50% of the results of her puja goes to husband. But when husband is worshipping, 100% of the effect of puja is goes to, in fact, wife. So this is mentioned somewhere, I don't remember, but this is said. So this is the effect of if one member in the family is pious, doing religious services, doing devotional service to Lord Krishna in a pure manner, what immense effect he has got on the family and the previous generation. So Lord Prahlad Maharaj is telling that by killing my father, you have glorified and you have purified our demonic family, and entire 21 generation or 20 generations have been purified and been liberated. Yes, one more, Mataji.
Those who follow your example will naturally become my pure devotees. You are the best example of my devotees, and others should follow in your footsteps. My dear child, your father has already been purified just by the touch of my body at the time of his death. Nonetheless, the duty of a son is to perform the Sadha ritualistic ceremony after his father's death so that his father may be promoted to a planetary system where he may become a good citizen and devotee. After performing the ritualistic ceremonies, take charge of your father's kingdom, sit upon the throne, and do not be disturbed by materialistic activities. Please keep your mind fixed upon me without transgressing the injunction of the Vedas. As a matter of formality, you may perform your particular duties.
Thank you, Mataji. So this Lord is telling now, my dear child, your father has been already purified, because Lord had touched him. Not only darshan, he had touched him, and not only touched him, but he was taken into the lap of. You remember that picture where Lord picked him up and put him in his lap, and then tore open his abdomen and took out the intestine and blood and everything, those things. So he is already purified, because not only darshan purified, but also touch, and ultimately when he took him in his lap, so that is how he got purified. Now, when it is a duty of son to perform Shraddha ceremony or religious rituals, ritualistic ceremonies when his father dies, it is duty of son. So this is what Lord is instructing him. Now do the Shraddha ceremony, sit on the throne, be the king of this kingdom, but always do not get involved into material activities. Take good care of your subjects. Rule on dharmic lines or principles of dharma and Vedas, and then as a matter of formality, you may perform your particular duties. Now, prescribed duties, we have heard in Bhagavad Gita earlier that in Varna Ashrama Dharma, Vedas prescribe duties for each class of Varna. The four Varnas, the Varnas, they are Brahmacharya, Grahastha, and Vanprasth and Sannyas. For each class, definite prescribed duty has been prescribed. And also for Kshatriya, Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Shudras, and Vaishya, all duties are prescribed. So as a king, you rule on dharmic principles and rule your subjects nicely, but keep on remembering me, or keep your focus on me. What kind of rule was being done by Dhritarashtra? Was
Can you
it
repeat?
was it based on Vedic injunctions or scriptures, or it was adharmic? Dhritarashtra was a king, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was he following the principles of religion and Vedic instructions?
No.
He was not. So here Prahlad Maharaj was be a just ruler, rule, and Yudhishthir, he was really dharma, or personated himself, in fact. So personified himself, actually he was dharma, because he never deviated from his dharma. So Lord Prahlad Maharaj is being instructed by Narsimha Dev that rule, be a good ruler, be a just ruler. Raja Janak, Lord Ramachandra, they all were just rulers. They acted on the basis of principles of. So thank you, Mataji. Now, Swam Prabha Mataji, please continue.
Yes.
Swam Prabha Mataji.
The personality of Godhead replied. Shall I?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Shall I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please continue.
The personality of Godhead replied, My dear Lord Brahma, O great Lord born from the lotus flower, just as it is dangerous to feed milk to a snake, so it is dangerous to give benedictions to demons, who are by nature ferocious and jealous. I warn you not to give such benedictions to any demon again.
Yes, and you will remember Hiranyakashipu had performed very strict tapas and hard austerities to please Lord Brahma, and Brahma had given him these benedictions that about his immortality. Though he had he's told clearly that he can't make you immortal, but he gave such benedictions by which he was almost immortal. Nobody could kill him easily. But Lord Vishnu is omnipotent and omnipresent. He knew everything. So now this warning is being given by Narsimha Bhagwan to Lord Brahma, that please do not give such benedictions. So many times, out of the pleasure, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma gave benedictions to so many demons who became the cause of their headache, and also who became the cause of their threat to Indraloka and all heavenly planets. All demigods had to run away because of these benedictions. Ravan Lord Shiva had given such benedictions to Ravan. He was immortal. So now Narsimha Bhagwan is giving instructions to Brahma, please do not give such benedictions to demons again in future. Thank you, Mataji. Yes.
Prabhuji, what is the meaning of ferocious? Ferocious and jealous.
Ferocious means one who is very angry looking.
Okay.
Benedictions to women who are by nature ferocious and jealous. They have lot of feeling of jealousy in their mind because they are jealous of Lord. They are jealous of God. They are jealous of Vishnu and all the demons. So far we have heard, they were all jealous, and they are very ferocious because they are not kind at heart. They don't have mild manners. They are always angry. They are always thinking of possessing more and more and more and more. And
I mean,
ruling all over the world.
possesses people, angry people.
Ferocious means one who is very much angry looking,
Angry.
dangerous rather, you can call so. Right? Ferocious means one who is very angry looking or dangerous looking. It's not a normal look, I warn you not to give such benedictions to any demon again. Yes, Mataji. Swayam Mataji.
Yeah. Prahlad Maharaj was the best among exalted devotees. Anyone who, with great attention, hears this narration concerning the activities of Prahlada Maharaja, the killing of Hiranyakashipu, and the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narasimha Deva, surely reaches the spiritual world where there is no anxiety. Hare Krishna.
So this is the end of this presentation. In fact, Lord Prahlad Maharaj was the best among exalted beings. Now this is a narration that one who hears this story and the glories of Narsimha Maharaj and the killing of Hiranyakashipu, and he is certainly bound to reach the spiritual world where there is no anxiety. Now, when in this material world, there is a lot of anxiety, tension, lot of expectations, aspirations, desires, and we are always full of those shad doshas, kam, krodha, lobh, moh, mad, matsar. So one who reaches Krishna Loka, he attains transcendental nature, he attains a transcendental body, and his opulence is also Lord Krishna's 6 opulences. And so that is the message here. So this story is so glorious. The pastime of Lord Prahlad Maharaj and Narsimha Avatar is so glorious and pious that one who hears it, mere hearing it, we have been emphasizing on Shravanam always. So he can get salvation, he can get immortality, he can become free of all material contaminations in life. This is the ultimate message. And last picture we can see that Prahlad Maharaj is seated at the throne as king of his kingdom, and our Lord demigods, Yaksha, Gandharva, they are praying before him. So this is Prahlad Maharaj. We come to end of this, in fact, avatar. Anybody, any questions you would like to ask, please? You're welcome. And in the scriptures, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj for his determination. So these avatars are quoted very, very often. Amrish Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, they shall be quoted a number of times again in our. And one thing to be remembered is that Narsimha Bhagwan is protector is the biggest protector of devotees. How he blessed him, touched Prahlad Maharaj, which the benediction which he got was not even available to Ma Lakshmi, even to Lord Shiva and Brahma. So they were the devotees, highest placed. And Lord loves servants of devotees much more than the devotee himself. So we have to be very humble, we have to be very prayerful, and we have to be very, very submissive to pure devotees of Lord, because they are genuine messengers, or Krishna himself comes in the form of their pure devotee. So we have to worship them. Any doubts, suggestions, corrections, or opinions? You are welcome, Prabhuji. Mataji. The attendance link I posted just now. Please fill in the attendance. There is no question. Can everybody see the attendance link in the chat box? Hare Krishna. Are you able to see the attendance link?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Please fill in the attendance, and it will remain open even if I close it. So we'll have closing prayer. Om वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभा एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा devotees, हरे कृष्णा Prabhuji and Mataji, and Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much for coming to the class and associating with Prahlad Maharaj in this today's class. Please fill in the attendance.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. So the 4 avatars we have covered. The first one was, of course, Matsya Avatar, then Kurma Avatar, Para Avatar, and Narsimha Avatar. Now, this was a very long chapter. Others I'll try to confine to one day only, so that we proceed on to Bhagavad Gita, and the sole theme of this entire class. Hare Krishna once again. I'll close the meeting now.
Of your karmas and the kleshas and everything in this birth, when you are taking the birth or the lifespan duration, are you in Boga?